Hey guys, Pulse here, bringing you another video, and in this one I'm going to be reviewing Tom Clancy's The Division. Now this game came out on Tuesday the 8th of March 2016 and has had more delays than GTA 5. It was delayed for months and months and then stopped, and then it had a release date and then got delayed again for months and months. But I'm going to be reviewing it as it's finally out, and I'm going to be reviewing it on 5 major topics of what I think a game should achieve to be a good game, and that's audio, visual, replayability, specific target, and then value for money or DLC, etc. So I'm going to be going through the audio first, and then I'm going to have a review system at the end that I'm going to talk about when I get there and when we get to reviewing the actual score for the game in my own system that I created. And yeah, so let's get right into the audio. So I'm going to stop talking for around 30 seconds as I take out these cleaners, and you can just listen to the pure audio of the game. Before I go on to talk about the audio, there are still a few glitches in the game, like I discovered this one here of the guy just stood there with his arms out. Not really sure why he was doing it. I thought it was because there was a bomb ahead. I shot the bomb, he didn't react, so I'm guessing it's just a glitch. There are a few glitches, but there's going to be in a brand new game. Anyway, back to the audio. So the audio in this game is really well made. It is you know, very clean, crisp, in a good headset. If you have a good headset, you'll find it good. Obviously, if you don't have a good headset, it might not have as much bass and power in the good sequences of gunfights. And also, the musical soundtrack behind the game is very good. It makes moments very cinematic in the campaign. And overall, I'm going to rate out of 2 for every section. I'm going to rate this one a 1.5 out of 2. So as I'm going to talk about the visuals, I'm going to move into the dark zone because I think it's the area that has the most focus on visuals. Other than that, it uses the new snowdrop engine, which is very appropriate for the weather in the game. It's pretty much always snowing. If it's not snowing, it's still frosty outside, and they use that very well. It does look good. It's animated very well. So when it's on like items of clothing of you, it's animated very well. When you're running over it, it sounds very good. And yeah, it is very clean and crisp audio to suit the visuals of the game, because obviously visuals and audio kind of go together quite well, as one would rely on the other mostly. So the audios are very good, and that's why I'm going to give the audios a 2 out of 2. It is a beautiful game, and of course there's going to be the people who complain, oh, it's not what we saw at E3. What we saw at E3 was an unrealistic target set by Ubisoft. I think if you get into your head that that was unrealistic and it was a great trailer, that was probably a game that was going to be mainly single player, very few missions, linear storyline and progression. But this has kind of opened up more doors to do more things and maybe a bigger map. We don't know how the development team were working at that point of time, but this has definitely benefited the game. I feel the downgrading graphics, it might mean that they can do more things. So I'm happy with the graphics of my guy's bag, if that's what it takes. But the visuals are stunning on this game, and that's why I've given them a 2 out of 2 for that. So now I move on to what I think is the most important one, and that's replayability. In a game like this, which is kind of an MMO, kind of a third-person shooter, like basically kind of tactical, I feel that the replayability has to be a certain level for the game to succeed. Do I think it reached that certain level comfortably? No. Do I think it reached it though? Maybe. Maybe possibly. I haven't really gone through it too much. I've done most of the main single player missions. I've got an 11 hour game time, sorry. So I feel like I've done enough to talk about the replayability, and the dark zone definitely adds to the replayability. But I can imagine within a month I'm starting to think, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to go into the dark zone, get some loot which is like a tiny bit better, spend an hour trying to extract it to use it once, and then find some better loot outside of the dark zone in the general area as I'm going through the campaign over and over again. And I just feel like the side missions being the same. There's about 5 side missions. We see this with stuff like Fallout 4. There's about 5 different side missions just spread across the map. So on the replayability side of things, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2. Now this isn't a confident 1 out of a 2. This is just the fact that they are offering a few free DLCs, and if you are into the game that much to get the DLCs, they are fully supporting this for year 1, which is what they need to do with a game that's trying to be an MMO, I guess. So yeah, that's why I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2 for the replayability. Now my 4th section is specific targets, which might sound a bit weird and maybe a little bit ambiguous about what I'm actually trying to set with the specific target, but this is what I mean for like what is the goal of the game? What is it trying to make you, feel and play like? What is it trying to do? And for this, I'm saying this game, is making it like an MMO, like customization wise. It's supposed to be customization rich with the whole loot system. Looting is basically what I'm talking about when I say specific target for this game. Black Ops 3 would be probably customization and fun multiplayer, or an inventive zombie experience if you're talking about that for Call of Duty. But this game is all about looting for me. That's its specific target, that's what holds it up. And for this, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2 again, because I feel like the looting is okay, but it's going to reach a stage where you've hit the max loot and you've hit the max level, and then what? And that's what I feel that the DLC will need to hold up well. So it's hard to say right now. I will improve on this review in a few months time probably, but yeah, for now I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2 for a specific target of like looting and stuff, because I feel they've done it well, but they haven't gone overboard with it. I feel like they should have really tried with it for the delays they've had, but it was okay. At best, it's a decent amount of loot. This also encompasses the character customization at the start of the game, which is pretty poor. You'll see many people with the same face as you, but that feels like it's what it should have focused on, and it didn't. That's why I've given it a 1 out of 2. Anyway, now we're moving on for value for money. This includes DLC. This is a big one for people. They just want to know, am I going to get what I pay for? And yeah, I think you will. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2 again, because I can't see what they're going to do with the DLC. They've said a few things and they've shown a few things, but are they going to live up to what they're saying? Are they going to delay DLC? That would be quite embarrassing if Ubisoft did that, but I can imagine it happening, so never rule that one out. And yeah, so I'm not too confident that the value for money in this game is going to be all there within 3 months time, especially if you're playing on PS4 or PC, because again, there is exclusivity in a game in 2016, who'd have thought? And that goes to Xbox One. They will get the season pass holders will get like the DLC 30 days early, and I think any DLC, so the free DLC which they're throwing in will be 30 days early. That's why I've given it a 1, because also I feel the free DLC, making some of it free, is really good, and it is going to hold up the game, because if I play the free DLC and still love it and I'm getting back into the game, that will influence me to buy the season pass, and that's their business plan with it. So I think they've done a really good job on the DLC side of it, on what it looks like for these starter packs. So now we're going to be moving into the reviewing system and the equivalencies on a scale out of 10. Now what I've gone with is Masterpiece 10 out of 10, Collector's Piece 9 or 8 or 7, Casual is 6, 5 or 4, and Awful is 3, 2 or 1. Now I might change this in the future, I'm not 100% sure, but this is what I'm going for now, because I'm going to be doing a lot more game reviews. But for Tom Clancy's The Division, I'm going to give it a Collector's Piece. This is an 8 or 7 out of 10, 8 for co-op, 7 for solo. So if you're going to buy this game, make sure you get it with friends. If you're going to go solo, I'd say wait a little while, get it at a good price, and maybe get it once the DLCs came out. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and stick around for more content like this. I've been Pulse, and I'll see you on my next video.